Hello, I'm Rex Nellis. I'm a docent here at the Museum of Flight, and this is one of the largest private museums in the world, actually. And there's way over 100 aircraft on display here, and some of them we don't have room for everything, so some of them are up at Everett in storage. We're going to start off here at the copy of the Wright Flyer, and that was 1903 when the Wright brothers first got an airplane in the air with an engine. And in 1916, this was the first Boeing airplane that William Boeing and a partner built. They built two of those. This is a copy of it, but the two original airplanes were sold and they went to New Zealand, and nobody knows what happened to them. So this airplane was copied from the original plans. It has a modern engine in it, and it did fly up on Lake Union once. It'll never fly. They'll never fly it again. This is one of the early transport airplanes that carried a passenger. It's called the Boeing Model 40, and it was about 1928. They used this mainly to carry airmail, but also they carried a couple of people, and they made a little money with it. So Boeing decided that there was money in passengers, so they constructed this three-engine aircraft over here called the Model 80. This was fished out of a junkyard up in Alaska. I guess it was abandoned, and they brought it down here and restored it, and some Boeing fellows on their days off put it together. I think it's the only one in existence, so I'm not positive about that. And of course down here is the well-known Blackbird, the SR-71. This was actually called the MD-21 because it carried a drone up there. That third piece up there on top was a pilotless drone. It wasn't real successful, so they kind of gave up on it. This section over here are unmanned drones. And then, well, one of them up there, the large one, was the V-1 the Germans used during World War II, which terrorized England and London mainly. It was called the buzz bomb, and it carried a large charge of explosives. Some of these smaller ones, you've heard about cruise missiles. This is an actual cruise missile that they launch. They can launch them from submarines or aircraft or from the ground. And some of these small ones are little unmanned drones. This little white one up here flew across the Atlantic Ocean nonstop, which is pretty amazing. I believe this one's still in use. I believe that's one that's still being used. And this is first airplane that made a successful trip across the English Channel with manpower. You see he's in there with pedals like a bicycle, and it turns a propeller. So then, if you want to go around this way, we can. This is the latest. I think you come out here for the latest example, and that's that shiny airplane down there. That's the twin-engine Lockheed 10, and that was an airplane that Amelia Earhart attempted to fly around the world. You could spend probably several days if you wanted to go through each aircraft. It gets there's so many of them, but yeah, every one's got a story, and it's kind of interesting.